What's up, Cowboy Nation? Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Uncensored. I'm your co-host, Charlie Moffitt. To my right or left, depending on how the fuck you're looking at it, that's my co-host, other co-host, Eric, Mr. Producer Burger. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. It's Friday. Watching a little Astros, ready to talk a little Cowboys.
Just let y'all in on it. I'm a little further back than I normally am. I'm going to be looking to the side a little bit. I got a brand new fucking laptop, but the jack for the mic, for the headset doesn't work. So I'm having to go off the speakers and to make it not bad echo. I barely can hear Eric, which that's a good thing.
Probably.
But I have to push my laptop way back, and I got to set way back so the echo won't be that bad.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if you would. Anybody watching, let us know if you can hear the echo.
It's just kind of one of them fuck my life moments. It's something that fucks up. It usually does for me. So
Charlie's on the worst string of bad luck.
Fucking pisses me off. Second goddamn laptop I bought from these people. Second one that's been messed up. I guess I should have learned the first time. But anyways, how the fuck y'all doing? Who's in the chat?
Looks like Rika's in there and Vic's.
Mr. Victor.
What up, Vic? Oh, man. You owe Vic a pick, I guess.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, buddy. You send me that pick I asked for, and I'll send you mine. And you won't be wearing jeans, the one I sent for you.
Rika's in the house, too. Appreciate you stopping by, checking in on us. Appreciate your support. Everybody go check her out. Great blog. What was the last Rika, tell us, what was the last one you had out? Was it the one on the tackles? I can't remember the last one I read.
Yeah, it was about the O-line period.
Yeah,
the overall O-line.
And she says it sounds good, so I guess we're good, man.
Sounds great. All right, good. At least something fucking sounds great. I'm all pissy mood tonight.
Figure it out, dude.
Just about fuck everybody. Anyways.
There
so what's up, Bubba?
Taylor 2 tackles. Man, you see it. I mean, it's kind of slow right now, right? We're a few days into OTAs. I guess it's our turn to put our spin on the news that's leaked and the videos that have leaked and the limited stuff that we can see without the press being there full time. So, shoot, let's go. Let's dig in.
Well, fuck it. We'll start with the LVE and the Jaylon trade since we haven't touched on that. We haven't done a show in 2 weeks. You want to give your thoughts first, or you want me to lead off with this LVE?
I don't have much thoughts.
Jaylon trade.
Neither one of them are going to get traded. I don't think. If they were to move one, Jaylon would be the pick for me. I think you mentioned it before in a chat or something. We were talking earlier about the difference between a cut and a trade and the cap implications that would entail. So for me, it makes the most sense with the Jaylon trade. Get out of a mega contract, but for me, I think you keep the depth. I think it's too late for that. Why for a pick later? I don't know. Maybe player makes sense. I don't know. I don't really have much thoughts on it, other than
a lot of people.
I don't think they're going to happen.
They are confusing the trade with the cut. I know a lot of people's like we can't trade Jaylon because of the cap, but that's not how the cap works. We can trading Jaylon would actually save us $7.2 million. So he's not cutting him. That's where all the dead money will come up. I think it's 9.8, and we get zero cap savings. We don't take any more cap hit. We don't lose any cap, but we don't get nothing. And if you go, there's really no reason cutting a player at that stage. You might as well keep him on your team. But
where's the value?
Yeah, you can trade him. Now, do I think they will? No. Jaylon's brand, and Jerry Jones loves nothing but brand more than brand. So I don't see him. I really don't see him trading LVE either. I guess they could, but I don't see him doing it. But I will say this. There's people talking about LVE and saying that he adds value because he adds depth. Why would you trade him? We finally got depth at linebacker. And this is my point about fucking LVE and depth. He's not depth. He's the fucking reason we need depth. He's like the cause of depth. Like we know we're probably going to need somebody. We're going to need a good fourth linebacker because more than likely he's going to go down at some point. So how he adds depth, I don't know. I didn't understand that. People like he adds value because he adds depth. I think he more or less causes the reason we need depth more than he adds depth to our roster. So, but I don't see him trading either one. I wouldn't care. I'd trade either one of them. I don't think I'd trade both of them because, I mean, as much as I'm down on Jaylon, he is there. You know what I'm saying? He does add depth. You know, I mean, I think he's
you could say the same
linebacker,
thing. He's
but
the
he
reason.
adds depth. I mean, if somebody goes down, I'm like, all right, we still got Jaylon. You know, it's going to be a downgrade, but at least we still got a body there. You know, if you trade Jaylon and you keep LVE, well, shit, you might as well get rid of them fucking rookies going to play a lot. I mean, because he's going to go down at some fucking point. You know, so I don't understand the logic of he adds depth.
You could say the same for Jaylon.
I think him being on a team is the reason we need depth. I think if he leaves the team, we don't need depth as much.
Same for Jaylon. Right?
But, you know, hey, what?
Same for Jaylon.
What?
He's the reason we need depth.
No, he's the reason we need starters. You know,
okay.
He'd be a quality backup. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you lose a guy, you're like, all right, we still got Jaylon. It's downgrade, but you know, hey, we still got him. You know, if you get rid of Jaylon, you add LVE, you know, and he's not starting, and somebody goes down, fuck, he ain't coming in because he's probably on the sideline hurt because he probably got hurt in practice. You know, or fucking getting out of his fucking car, broke his leg or something. So I don't know. I wouldn't. Honestly, I don't think they're going to trade either one of them. I don't see it. I can't. You know, because we do have a lot of depth and we do have a lot. Now I will say this: I don't think they'll trade him anytime soon. Maybe somewhere in training camp or something. You know, maybe like 2 weeks in. You know, the rookies, they're like, okay, you know, we got this. We can afford to lose one. Maybe then. But right now, without them even knowing where everybody's going to play, excuse me, y'all, I'm sorry. I don't think they're going to do anything with them. Let it all play out, and you know. And as far as the comp pick goes, people like, you know, just keep them and get a comp pick. I don't know. I'm not so sure how people know how comp picks work. Part of the comp pick is money, how much money he's going to get. And I don't know. I'm not so sure how much money he's going to get. Now, if he has a good year, then you know he'll probably get a decent contract from somebody if he leaves. But part of it is playing time. So he's played 19 games out of 32 the past 2 years. So if he goes somewhere else and he gets hurt and he doesn't play half the season or more season, that comp pick lowers. It ain't gonna be a third. It might not even be a fourth, depending on how much he plays and how much money he gets. You know, so. But to be honest with you, what the fuck is anybody gonna give us for him? That's the thing. People's like, just trade him. And I have no problem with it. I just know I'm not so sure what anybody's going to give up. I mean, Jaylon, you're taking on a contract, which won't be bad whoever gets him, because we'll take his prorated bonus on our cap as dead money. So they'll get him from $7.2 million this year and I think 9 something next year. So they're getting decent money, you know, a decent contract from him. But I'm not so sure what anybody want to give us for him. I mean, are we going to get a third? I can't. If I was another team, if a fan of another team, I wouldn't want to give a third for either one of them.
Yeah, you put yourself in their shoes, right? You're not giving up for all the reasons you just said. You're not giving up.
If they pay attention, if they pay attention to the Cowboys. If they don't pay attention to the Cowboys, just the media and the national media, they think he's all pro. Because I mean, people always Chris Collinsworth during his broadcast, he's always talking about how great Jaylon is, and I'm always like, dude, man. You fucking, did you listen to him? And he says, watch the film, because you should have watched it and you wouldn't be bragging on him so much during these fucking broadcasts.
I think everybody watched it but him.
You know, so, but yeah, like I said, it's been talked about a lot. I don't see what we could get for him, but if we could get something decent, yeah, I wouldn't mind trading one of them. I'm totally ignoring what anybody's saying over there. Oh, she's going to drive through a Burger King.
Yeah, she'll be back. Okay.
Burger King sounds good. But yeah,
what?
Like I said, I don't know. I can't. It's hard to talk about because I just can't see them doing it. You know, and then if I thought they was going to do it, I don't know what we could get for them anyways. I mean, you know, it's almost like, fuck it, just run it back with them. You know, if LVE stays healthy and comes out and has a good year, hey, you know, you have choices, you know. You can keep him. You can sign him. Maybe he'll sign a team-friendly deal. Then you can maybe trade Jaylon, or I don't know.
I'm just listening to his little interview here recently. I don't think he gives a shit about money. I don't think he's doing it for the money. I mean, obviously it's part of the business, whatever. But I could definitely see an LVE type taking a team friendly deal just to stay here and work here. I think him and Quinn have hit it off pretty well. I think Quinn has noticed him. I think one of his quotes was, looks like a man on a mission, or a real hungry young guy, looking to make himself better, make himself more available, do everything he can in the offseason to get in there and grind and yada, 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 right? All the right things. So,
Yeah, I heard that today. Only thing about that is I've never heard a coach come out and say, yeah, he sucks. He ain't playing well. He's a little bit overweight. Not sure what he's doing. I mean, they're always positive. And Quinn, following him at Seattle and in Atlanta, he's just kind of a positive guy.
Yeah.
So, but with that said, I expect LVE to, I mean, when somebody doesn't pick up your fifth-year option, that's kind of a sign saying you probably need to pull your head out of your ass and you need to do what you can to stay healthy. And when you are on the field, play better. Because like I said, even when he played the last 2 years, he has not looked good. There was a game last year, you might be able to remember it because me and you talked about it, that he looked great. And I said that's the best game I've seen him play since 2018. But I can't remember what game it was, but he did look good. But that's pretty much it. I mean, he did.
Yeah, 2020 is a wash for me. That whole defense, and that's with Nolan. He even kind of alluded to it in his PC. He started to go on talking about the past regime, and he kind of stopped himself like a pro. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah,
or whatever.
But this is my thing. People want to watch fucking Jalen's 2020 year too. That's fine. We can watch it. We can go back to 2019, and they still didn't look good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like the Zeke thing. When you can just watch Zeke. He was this in 2019, and I said it about in 2017. I'm sorry, 2018. Zeke wasn't as good as he was in 2017. 2019, he wasn't good as he was in 2018. In 2020, he wasn't as good as he was in 2019. It's been a 3-year
slowly
decline.
regressed. Yeah,
Same with
sure.
Jaylon and them, but it started in 2018. They look good. They didn't look good as 2019 as they did in 2018. In the 2020, they didn't look good as they did in 2019. So we can blame it on the system, but it still doesn't explain 2019 because they didn't look good in 2019. Neither one of them did.
Yeah.
Which LVE didn't play much, but the games he did play, they just looked confused, and that wasn't just last year. They just don't have very good.
I don't remember anybody saying that anybody looked confused or that anybody was out of position or anything like that in 2019. 2020, that was – we all saw it, right? Everybody said it, but I don't remember that in 2019.
What, in 2019?
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Oh.
To where everybody just looked lost.
I complained in 2019 about their gap integrity. I complained about Jalen's gap integrity since 2017. He hits the wrong gaps. He misses at the wrong gaps. He's late on hitting gaps. He when he does hit a gap, he takes a bad angle. He can't get off offensive linemen. They both get ate up by offensive linemen. And I know better defense tackle play is going to help that. That's fine. But when you play football, whether it's PV or NFL, at some point, if you play linebacker, you have to take on offensive linemen. The defense tackle, no matter how great they play, they're not going to keep offensive linemen off you ever play. And when they take on offensive linemen, they fucking suck. Neither one of them are good at it. Neither one of them. And neither one of them are good at fucking hitting. Jalen's really bad about gap. They pause, they guess wrong, and they're just not good at gap integrity. And I've been saying it since 2017. When everybody blamed L.A. Realm game on the defensive line tackles, getting ran on for 405 fucking yards, whatever it was, by the Rams. I always said, when are we going to start blaming some on the linebackers? It's like it was always defense tackles. Oh man, we got to get new defense tackles. I'm like, linebackers have to play well. There's a reason they call it the front seven because they kind of go together, So yes, better defense tackle play would help the linebackers, but the linebackers still have to play better. They have to play better. And I said it before the draft. I said they either have to draft new ones or the ones we have to play better. They went with drafting new ones. So obviously the coaching staff saw it too. They watched the film.
Yeah. Watch the tape. Riga says if you trade LVE, the most you get is maybe a third. That's generous in my opinion. And you lose backup for Parsons and Mike, which is true. When you said earlier he needs to get his head out of his ass, LVE doesn't have a problem, at least that I've seen, on a consistent basis where he's lost or doesn't know his responsibility or like that. He may get beat at times. He may be, bullied or you can't get off a block or whatever the case may be. I don't see him as a unintelligent player. He's usually around the ball. And LVE, I mean, he'll shoot a gap. It'll be the right gap, and he'll spin move, swipe out of that sucker. That's the dude that needs to get his head out of his ass. LVE is a completely different issue. And a lot of people equate him to Sean Lee and whatever. I mean, I get it. He's injury prone. You can call it that or whatever. But if you go back and I've said this on several shows before, you go back and look at those injuries. I mean, some of those are just – he's not injured. I don't see it as injury prone. That he doesn't have the same injury every time. It's not a soft tissue thing. He's not getting rolled up on. Happens to fucking half the league every year. So I don't know.
When you have issues in college with injuries and you come in NFL in the first 2 out of 3 years you're in the NFL and you have injuries in the NFL, it becomes a point where you have to at some point like, maybe he has a fucking injury problem. I mean, at some point we got to at least consider that. I mean,
I'm not throwing it out the window. I understand what it looks like. I understand that, and you have every right to have that. Most people have that opinion that he's injury prone. I just don't look at it that way because of the particular injuries that have occurred. So, and the fact that none of them are the same. It's not some reoccurring deal. But I understand that that's the thing. He's got to get better at that, and he addressed it in his little latest interview. He's been in the weight room. He's been running. He's been
new diet.
Most of he's put on weight. So he said in his words he's putting on armor. So yeah, we'll see.
I should have pulled it up, but you do realize last year before the year, he said he was in the best shape of his life, right?
He said it again.
Yeah, I can pull it up. I'll pull it up later. I'll send it to you in the chat. But yeah, he said the same thing last year. Every year, every player's in the best shape of their life. You never heard a player come out like,
exactly.
I'm not quite there like I was last year. I kind of came in fat and overweight.
Right.
They're always in the best shape of their career. Zeke Elliott was in the best shape of his career last year. He had little highlight videos, pictures of him working out, and fucking there we go. Yeah. Now it's Zeke again, best shape of his career. It looks great. So I mean, I hope they are, but I've heard that shit before, and it didn't really add up.
Riga says you don't want to trade Jaylon until you evaluate Cox and Neal. We don't want to be that thin at linebacker.
The issue I have with that is Jaylon ain't playing Jaylon ain't playing Will. Them two are Will linebackers.
Yeah.
So I don't need to know how Cox and Neal plays to whether I trade Jaylon or not.
Honestly,
if they put Jaylon at the Will, we're fucked. That's. I mean, I don't mind LVE out there. Yeah. Which I will say this, and the professor, he said it last couple nights ago on somebody. I think it was on the Star Game. He wasn't on it. He was just chatting. He actually made a point, and I didn't think about this except it just shows how bad our linebackers are. LVE is actually worse in coverage over the past 2 years than Jaylon.
Yeah,
he's had a higher completion of passes thrown to him than Jaylon has. But I still rather have LVE at Will than I would Jaylon. So yeah, I think Jaylon is going to be, I hate to say it, but he's going to be middle if they don't put Parsons there right away. And if they do, hopefully they do, and they'll put him at Sam. And I don't know, man. I'm just not really. I'm not really happy with our linebackers. They all scare me. Well, not the rookies don't.
So last year it was LVE at Will, right? With Jaylon in the middle, or they switch off a little bit. What was their predominant positions last year?
No, I think last year they decided to move. 2018
LVE inside.
Yeah, 2018 he played the Will. LVE did, and in 2019 I think he played it again, which he didn't play that much. So I don't know, but I think last year because I remember him saying it doesn't matter which one; they're pretty much the same position, and I get that, but they're really not. I want to say they had planned on him playing the mic, and Jaylon at the wheel. I think, but it might have been the opposite. They might have switched, and they might have had him at the mic. Where did he play in 2019? I can't believe I don't know this.
That's
I don't know
my question.
He played 9 fucking games, so I don't get to see him that often.
My point was, I asked that because in his little interview, he said that they're going back to what he used to do before Nolan. So, and I could have sworn that was the will. And he describes it as just getting upfield.
What they did in 2020 was opposite what they did in 2019. I do remember that because everybody was talking about it. And LVE came out and said it's the same. There's no difference, whether it's a Will or Mike. He could play both. So I can't remember which one they switched him to. Either way, like I said, I'm not really high on either one of them because and it goes beyond his injuries. Like I said, I mean he's been out there the past 2 years. He has not impressed me. He hasn't impressed me. And I know some people was like, well, he was hurt 2019. He tried to play through it. Well, you know what? Dak was hurt too against Philadelphia. And you know how I am about Dak. I love Dak. But he still sucked against Philadelphia in the win game. If you win, you're in the playoff game. Yeah. And I gave him shit. Hey, if you're hurt, hey, you brave it out, tough it out, whatever you want to call it. But you still got to perform well. And if you don't perform well, I'm going to call you out on it. And if you try to play through injuries, then that's great. But he didn't look good playing through injuries. It doesn't matter what's wrong with you. Point is, the film's out there and you didn't look good.
Yeah. Rika says LVE, a good rotational piece, lessens the chances of injury, keeps a smart guy and a first rounder in the organization. Yeah. So what I'm thinking is that Jaylon and LVE are going to be splitting reps at the Sam linebacker position. I think Will is pretty much locked up with Neal and the fact that they drafted Cox. If they want to go big nickel or, have some kind of rotational with Cox, he's going to be covering, right? He's in coverage. I don't see the other two, Jaylon or LVE, in there. So Sam linebacker, that's like you're saying, Rika, rotational piece because that Sam linebacker position is pretty much rotational. I mean, you're not going to be on the field a lot. Particularly in passing downs, which will, hopefully save his body a little bit.
It's going to be interesting.
At least my depth chart, guys. Yeah, at least my depth chart has got. I've got LVE as the backup Mike and the strongs and the starting Sam, with Jaylon sitting behind him at Sam linebacker. I don't see how else you do it.
Came out with their prediction of starters, and their linebacker core in nickel because that's why they had their starters as nickel because you're in nickel more than anything else. And they had
Parsons. Neal wasn't even out there.
Huh?
They had Parsons and LVE, I think it was.
No, they had Parsons and Jaylon out there. That was their prediction.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, no thanks.
And they have Neal off the field.
I mean, unless. I could see if you're coming with like a, all out blitz or a monster blitz or something, or you're doing some kind of stunt, bringing two linebackers up the middle, twisting outside or, one gap, both A gap and whatever. Yeah. If you're bringing them, but if you're not bringing those two linebackers on a blitz, then they don't need to be out there in a nickel formation together. Jaylon in particular.
See, on nickel, I would have it.
Because he's not covering.
I'd have Parsons and Neal. Well, I'd have Parsons and Cox, but it's going to be Neal. I'd have Parsons and Neal out there because you're taking Neal off the field, or if you want to, or keep Neal on the field and moving to strong safety and take Wilson off the field. I want to take Neal off the field in passing situations. There's no way I'll do that. You can keep him at will and let him play will. And he's already said in practice that's what he's been doing. Will linebacker and dime linebacker. And somebody asked him, well, what's dime linebacker? He said will. He said nickel. When he says dime linebacker, he's saying nickel. And that's what he's been practicing on. But yeah, I'd keep Neal on the field. If you don't want to keep him at linebacker and then moving him to strong safety, moving back to safety and take Wilson off the field. But I'm not taking him off the field in a passing situation. I don't really want him off the field much at all.
Exactly. That's my point. I would have him on all the time.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to bring Cox in, that's fine. Have Parsons, Cox, move Neal to the safety, and take Wilson off. I know the Wilson hive is going to lose their shit over that, but
Yeah, I've been calling it big nickel. Just instead of, your Sam linebacker, bring in Cox. That way you're still big. You can still, play the run if need be or whatever. But you've got Neal, Parsons, and Cox on the field still in nickel.
Rika. I'm sorry I mispronounced that. You told me that the other night.
Am I fucking that up? I'm sorry.
She don't
Rika?
think Jalen's I don't think Jalen's the middle either. Jalen in the middle is horrible.
He doesn't have the intelligence to play. I mean, yeah, getting ate up. I can see that too, but he doesn't have the intelligence to say that. I don't think he knows what the fuck he's doing.
But this is the thing. You put him in will, he's in coverage. And I don't want him in will either because he sucks in coverage.
Yeah, I've got him as a Sam.
Yeah,
he's the backup Sam linebacker.
You get him off the fucking field as much as you can. That's what you try to do. Just try to keep him off the field as much as you can. And hopefully LVE will bounce back and not get hurt, and hopefully he'll kind of get some of his juju from 2018 and play well too. I hope both of them play well. But Jaylon has a history. It's just he's an above average linebacker. I don't give a shit what anybody says. He's above average. He's not good at anything. He's above average some things and he sucks at other things, which probably should make him about average. But I'll be nice and give him above average. I can't give any more than above average linebacker. He should be a rotational guy. He should be our depth. Somebody gets hurt, he should come in.
I said that.
Yeah, I know what you said.
You gave me shit. You gave me shit because he's the reason we got to have depth. He's the reason.
No,
man,
that's not what the fuck. I said LVE.
Oh,
LVE is the reason we need depth.
Okay.
No, not Jaylon. No, I gave Jaylon props. The one good thing about him, he's played every game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's there. He plays 98% of snaps, so he's there. He might not play good, but he's there. So I mean, I'll give him credit for that. I mean, he is out there every game. So
he can't move sideways, but he's there.
That.
Vic says, so getting past the linebacker issue, how do you guys feel about Brown and Diggs being our outside guys? Do you feel solid?
I have no problem with it. But you, as I'm assuming Victor knows this. He's known me now for 7 years. I've never had an issue with Brown. I've been back and forth with Meany, another podcaster, a couple of times about Brown. I don't have an issue with him. Is he great? Well, no, he's not great. But he reminds me of Heath. It's just he fucking sucks. And they just won't get off that. And he don't suck. My biggest problem with him is staying healthy.
Yeah.
Is being able to stay on the field. But no, I have no problem with it. Now, with that said, you drafted a guy in second round, so you kind of want him to start. So if he doesn't start, I don't know if that's because he hasn't. He's not starting right now. I don't know if that's just he's sick right now. That's why he's missed practice for a couple of days. But they still have Brown starting anyways, even when he's there. I don't know if that's a rookie thing, type of thing. Hey, earn your stripes type. We're going to make you earn it. Or if that's just right now they believe in Brown.
Well, you say they picked the guy in the second. They picked the guy in the third, too. If you're going to
pick a guy in the second round, you're probably going to I'm going to guess he's probably going to start, But if he doesn't, then that means if Brown beats him out, if he's just better than Brown, I won't have a problem with that. I'm not down on Brown like some people are.
What was the depth chart, or what was the starting lineup? Lineup. Who'd they have as the starters?
Who, PFF?
Yeah.
Ah, shit. They had Diggs, Lewis, and I think they had Brown too. They might have had Boss.
Appreciate you, Marcus.
Then
Love to see the Cowboys says welcome back.
Curse at safety, and our defensive line was D-Law, Gregory on the outside, Gallimore.
Yeah, I meant for the corners and the slot.
Oh, okay. Well, I was naming all of them. Yeah, Gallimore and Urban as the defensive tackle.
I did see that. I did see Urban.
Yeah. But no, I didn't have a problem with their whole lineup. On offense, defense, I'm like, yes, 100% agree with it. Except their linebackers. I'm like, yeah, no. You have Jaylon as a starter and on nickel, you're fucking killing me if you do that. Because I said it. I said it in the draft when people and I was talking shit about it, drafting off the ball linebacker at 12. It's not about the player. It was about the value. He walks in our door, Parsons, in my opinion, without ever, and you won't hardly ever hear me say this, without even taking an NFL snap, I think he's our best linebacker on the roster. That's how good I feel about him. That's how good I think he's going to be. And I think Cox walks in the door as our best cover linebacker on the team.
Yeah, I think so too.
So yeah, and fuck holding them off and letting Jaylon them take some snaps and ease them in. Hey, fuck this, man. Fuck easing them in. Put them out there. Sink or swim, bitch. I don't hold them back. Let them go. So if they earned it. Now, if they suck during training camp and no, don't do it. But I mean, if they're kicking ass and they're showing everything, don't just like, well, we got to hold them back. We're going to ease them in. No, don't ease them in. Let them go. Let them go. I mean, you drafted them for a reason. You're saying our linebacker core is not good. So let them play. Let them show what the hell you got. Hey, Marcus D. Jones.
Yeah, he's back. He's back. He's
welcome
been always
back.
been here.
Every time I hear something, welcome back, I think welcome back, Cotta. You young. You probably never watched that, did you?
No.
No, you never saw it? Yeah, I'm old.
Black and white?
How old I am. Had John Travolta in it when he was young. Horseshack. It was good. Anyways, getting off that subject. Show my age here.
Riker starts talking about Joseph here. I think Keljo will play a bigger role later into the season and next year because he only had 15 games college. Yeah, that's the biggest. That's what I keep hearing anyways in the rounds in the Cowboys circles is, he might not get a starting job right away because there's not much experience there, right?
Yeah, that's why I said if they don't want to start him, I mean, if Brown just is more qualified right now, I don't have a problem with Brown. I really don't. I know some people do, but I don't have issues with Brown. My biggest issue is staying healthy, stay on the field, because he's had a habit over the past few years of getting dinged up a lot. But I like him. And again, he's not great. He's not all pro. He's not gonna make the fucking Pro Bowl, which is a joke, anyways. He's a quality cornerback. You can live with him. You can do worse. Is probably the best way to put it.
Yeah, Riker says his tape was awesome though, and if he had more games than 15, he would have been a first rounder. We wouldn't have gotten him.
Oh yeah, hey man, we got a Phillies fan talking shit to her about being a female and not knowing shit about football.
Oh wait, what?
Hey, send Eric in our DCU Twitter account, Riker. Send that video you sent me in my Twitter, my Twitter DM. Send it to our DC one, and go check it out later. It's a Philly fan talking shit about her, about being a female and not knowing shit.
Oh, she's talking about your show here. I thought she was talking about something else. Okay, so the show you were talking about wasn't black and white, where it just came out with color.
No, it wasn't. Oh, she's talking about Welcome Back, Carter.
Yeah,
I don't know how old she is. I never asked the lady that, but I'm thinking she's probably at least around at least close to me.
Late 20s.
Late 20s? Shit, I wish I was in my goddamn late 20s, dude. You see all this fucking silver, dude? The silver fox I got going on here? Actually, man, this was all
I'm in my mid-30s.
Post-rec. Before the wreck, I had one little stripe of silver. Damn, that past 5 years, dude, I have blown up with silver all over my face. I was supposed to shave before this, but my fucking laptop took me 2 hours to try to figure it out. Don't get me started on that again. I'll shut up. I'll start bitching about my laptop.
She's going to send it to you.
She says she's old as hell. Yeah, okay. Yeah, she said, later on, go check the DCU account.
Who has the time, man? Who has the time to do that? You're just going to hate on one particular person from a rival?
Well, he's an idiot, man. He's kind of I don't know. He's talking about females not knowing shit, man. But if you go watch his video, he's a fucking nerd. And I don't mean to be rude. I don't like to judge people by how they look. But since he's judging her because she's a female, fuck him in the ass. I'll judge him. He looks like a fucking nerd, and he had that fucking northern accent that gets on my nerves anyway, except Boston. I love Boston accents, but all them other ones up there get on my nerves when they talk. He has that fucking northern accent, and he got his glasses on, and just one of the faces you just want to punch. Just like, pow. just it'd be beautiful to just punch him. This is my little rant about the Philly fan. He's probably no older than 21, 22. He looks young.
Vic's doubling down on your Wranglers picture, and he's at ASAP. Guy's a Philly fan, can't know much.
What? Vic asking for another picture of me and my Wranglers? Damn, boy.
I'm curious who this
send
is.
me the pic I asked for.
Me
and
too,
I'll send you
Mendoza.
that pic.
At least we're funny. We're the funny show. That'll work.
Yeah.
I'm cool. We'll
Good
take that market.
with some vulgar talk.
Yeah, just talk a bunch of shit, man.
As Marcus Dean Jones calls us, the Triple X show.
Yeah.
The X-rated show.
Hey, we're not worried about the bread just yet. It's all good. You got to get how many subs before you even start making anything? Over 1,000? How many subs do you need before you can start making money on this type of stuff?
1,000? Yeah,
That's
we're a
what I
long
said.
ways away.
We're almost there, dude. What do we have? 50?
I just want a fucking 100, dude. And I tell everybody, I'm like, if I get 100, I won't never ask again. But I will. We get to 150, I'm like, hey, let's get me to 250.
Yeah.
I'm always going to be asking.
Mendoza
that's
on
his.
YouTube.
I looked him up today.
Eagles champ one. Okay.
I went to his YouTube channel, watched a couple of his videos. Yeah, he's a dipshit.
Khakis.
Now, see, that's like the Boston. Boston don't bother me. I worked with a guy from Boston one time, and he says Kais. Used to crack me up. I went drinking with him a couple times. Like Bill Burr. I love Bill Burr's accent.
Hey, I'm a huge Bill Burr fan.
Them guys are just funny because of their accent, how they talk.
It's just the accent.
They can say one sentence. I can say a sentence. They can say the same sentence, and the shit just sounds hilarious.
Right.
Yeah, they just have a way. But anyways, anything else you get out of OTAs? How about CeeDee Lamb? That motherfucker is going to go off this year, dude.
Yeah, he's making some great catches. I'd like him to stay off the ground a little bit. Ain't no
Yeah, he
reason
kind
to
of got
go
up,
ape shit on
kind of
people.
wincing on that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But did you see that pass by my man?
Yes, we
You
saw
see
the
that?
pass. That's all I wanted. Remember in the last show I
Running to
said
the-
all I
running
wanted
to
is
the
one
right
video
and
of
just
Dak throwing
bombing
the
it
bomb.
down the field?
Yeah.
Yes.
Except it didn't have the soundtrack I wanted.
That's
I
my
wanted a different
man.
soundtrack. No, man,
My
whatever.
man.
OTAs is cool. I mean, whatever. I'm ready for camp. Let me
Did you
see some
Zeke?
shit.
Did you see Zeke fake out LVE and Jaylon?
No.
He faked Jaylon out so bad, it looked like he was doing a swipe. You know
God.
that swipe
Oh,
he
yeah, I
does?
did see that.
Yeah.
I did see that. It doesn't look.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really tell he gets over on LVE, but Jaylon,
Yeah,
is-
he
man,
got
he's
both of them on
completely
that
out the picture, man.
And I was like, hell yeah, it's not a trash can. Fucking impressed.
I don't know, man. The way we talk about those,
But that
two.
is true. You got a point there. That might not be better. That might not be. Trash cans might do better than they do.
Zeke been practicing all off season to get on the motherfuckers.
See, I told you I wasn't wrong, Mendoza.
He's definitely a
Fucking
dipshit.
nerd, dude.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I mean, right when I saw him, I'm like, dude, this dude's making fun of a girl, a woman knowing football, and he looks like that and talks like that. I just want to fucking slap the shit out of him. What an idiot. But anyway, since we're on here, we'll go ahead and let you know. Rika, Move the Chains will be coming on with us next week. We haven't set a specific date yet. But she will be coming on with us next week.
I'm excited.
So tune in for that.
What are we talking about? What are our topics?
Topic itself. Dude, it's a week away. Well, it'll be mini count. The actual mini count will be next week. So we'll have some shit coming out of that. The actual mandatory mini count.
Are there any?
I think everybody's showing up for this one. I think we
Yeah.
pretty much got a 90%, at least a 90% show up.
Everybody but the punter, right? Because he's sick on
he's
COVID
sick,
or
and
something.
he's not even play, he's probably not even going to make the team.
I don't think he's the way they're talking about.
Well, Falso came out today.
He talked
It said
about,
Anger's probably going to win that spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I know I've heard players saying how important this was, that that it was mentioned about not showing up. They said, but throughout the locker room, they're all like, "No, we're going to be there."
Yeah.
They wanted to get in and get to work, which I love. It's our great facilities.
I'm
That's
curious
what it is.
about June 1st cuts. Are there any big names around the league. I was trying to look at Spot Track earlier to see some
I ain't gonna
free
lie
agents.
to you. I'm slacking on that. Usually I always look up June 1st cuts, but I guess maybe because I don't really see any, and I don't think how we are right now. I don't know if there's any out there that we're going to pick up anyways.
Yeah, corner.
And I'm not saying
or
we're great
safety.
on defense, but we drafted 8 motherfuckers
Yeah, there's
on
a lot
defense
of
side of the ball. So I kind of feel like that's their plan is this is what they are. They're going with the rookies, the free agents they signed, and the guys they have already, and they're just going to go into camp, say battle it out, and let's go put the best 11 out there, and let's run it back.
That's the one that I saw, the big name that I saw, Gino. So he just came in to see get cleared from the our doctor, right? The
Yeah, a lot
doctor.
of people when they saw that they fucking they thought he was coming to visit us. But Ian Rappaport, he has me blocked on my account, but that bitch don't have me blocked on DCU, so I was able to see it. And he reported that that's our doctor is his doctor did his surgery, and he's just coming in to get cleared by him, and that's the only reason he's visiting our doctor. I know a lot of people got excited. I mean, be honest with you, I was like, when I first saw it, I thought he was coming to see us. I was like, that wouldn't be a bad sign. I wouldn't be mad about it.
The graphic I saw threw me off because it looked like, a breaking news type of graphic or something, but it was just him coming to, what was it, hip or something? I can't remember what his injury was, but he's, supposedly he'll be cleared here pretty soon. But he's on the market. I mean, that's a position that makes sense to bring in a guy.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. That wouldn't hurt me at all.
Yeah.
Yes, Rack, I agree 100%. He's a bitch. He blocked me shit back 2012, 13, 14, somewhere in there. He blocked me because I told him he's a fucking idiot and he makes up stories and fucking doesn't pay attention to shit. And he kindly blocked me. But even Fish and Bob Sturm, they got onto him for the shit he said that day. It was when Johnson, the running back from Tennessee, Chris Johnson, when he was a free agent and people was talking about us signing him, we was interested in him.
CJ2K.
Ian reported that we was going to draft him, whatever year that was, would have been 2008, 2009. Anyway, we was going to draft him that year. And I was like, no, he wasn't. Dude, we drafted Felix Jones the same year. And then I remember we had 2 picks that year. And I was like, I know what the fuck he did. He went trying to find a story, where did we draft at? And he saw that we drafted 2 spots behind Tennessee. And he could say, and we drafted the cornerback, Jenkins, was that his name? He didn't stay here only through his rookie contract. I can't remember his name. But anyways, we drafted him in the first round with our second pick. But Tennessee drafted Johnson a couple picks ahead of us. He saw that as like, oh, I can run that story. I can say Cowboys was going to take him, but Titans took him. He forgot we had another first-round draft pick 4 picks earlier, and we took Felix Jones.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I told him that. So, you're just trying to make up shit, fucking idiot. And then he blocked me. And then I felt bad. You know that Chris Wesseling dude that just passed away from NFL Network?
Mike Jenkins.
Yeah, he just passed away. And him and Ian, he wrote a story on what Ian reported. Hell, I talked shit to him, told him he was a fucking idiot too. He said, well, I trust Ian. I was like, well, you're trusting the wrong motherfucker, dude. You're giving me false info. He kindly blocked me too. So when he passed away, I was like, man, I kind of feel bad that I talked shit to that dude. Because he was a good dude. I saw his background of the story, and that's what made me feel bad. I mean, I feel bad anytime somebody passes away, but when I originally heard it, I didn't really think too much of it. I just remember me talking shit to him, and they showed his background and his kid. I was like, God damn, dude.
Probably showed all your tweets.
What's that?
You showed all your tweets.
I've been trying to get blocked by Fish. Fish is pretty good about not blocking because I've talked shit to him too. He's pretty good about not. He might muted me because he never responds to me now. So he might not have blocked me. He might have muted me. But he's a hack. I don't know what happened to him, man. Because there was a time I loved that guy. I mean, he was good info, and then he just went. I don't know what happened to him. I even told him that about a year ago. I said, you talk shit about Skip Bayless all the time, man. I said, you've turned into fucking a poor man Skip Bayless.
Poor man Skip.
Skip Bayless makes millions and millions. You work with some fucking local paper or SI fucking covering the Cowboys. I'm sure he makes good money, a lot better than me. I was like, but you're a poor man Skip Bayless is who you are. You talk shit, you run your mouth, you make up shit, you go over the top, fucking drama queen. The only difference is Skip makes $10 million a year, and you don't make shit. Fucking
Hey, he's
prick.
got like 30,000 subs on that Fish Report.
Oh, he has a lot of subs. But hell, there's a lot of people hell, fucking EDP from fucking Philadelphia. That motherfucker had over 1 million subs. Doesn't mean he's worth a shit. He's a dumb shit.
Yeah, people like drama.
That's why when I saw he had all them subs, I'm like, God, man, how's an idiot like that fucking get them subs?
Vic, Tony Romo and Joel Osteen have me blocked. That's fucking.
Oh shit, Victor,
classic.
You got the Osteen block. Tony Romo and Joel Osteen have me blocked. Romo, is he serious? Does Romo really have him blocked, or is he just talking shit? Because
he's just talking. I guarantee he's just talking shit. I don't know. Maybe he does take shots at Tony.
I don't know. Does Tony run his own Twitter account? I don't think he. I know Dak doesn't run his. He has somebody run it for him.
Yeah.
Which is a smart thing to do. Athletes should never run their own Twitter account. Let somebody else run it. Because they get too emotionally involved and want to talk shit and end up saying stupid shit on Twitter. And everybody's dead serious. If he's dead serious, I kind of believe him.
Yeah, I do too. He's a Romo hater for sure.
Well, that's just because you're a great guy, Mendoza.
I don't talk too much shit either.
Yeah, I don't talk as much now since we got this thing going so I can get subs. But, I don't hold back too much. Plus, I just suck at Twitter. And I figured that out about a year ago. I can't do Twitter. I got to fucking put all my thoughts in 180 characters. I'm not smart enough to do that. If I want to tell somebody they're a dipshit and tell them why, it takes me a book. I want to write a book. It ain't going to be a very well grammar book, but it's going to be a big book. I can't squish everything down. And I ain't good. Like a lot of people are good, like just 2 or 3 liners. Not how funny you make your point. I can't do that. I just suck at Twitter.
That's not the platform for you, bro.
No, it's not at all. It's not at all. I mean, I got to write you know how many times I tweet and I have to set probably 20 minutes because I type too much, so I have to delete some. Then I got to take some commas out or some bullshit, or then I have to reword it or I'm like, good God. There's times I just fuck it. I don't even tweet. I just move on to the next one. I'm like, I can't make my point in 180 characters or however many it is. Mendoza. Can't get blocked by anyone.
Yeah, he don't really talk shit, though. Mendoza's always upbeat, positive, everything. Cole Beasley, emotionless fuck. Hey, man, he's my guy, dude, but he's been making some stupid moves in social media and just talking that shit. He needs to get back in them badass facilities and just go to work.
Cole Beasley had ovaries. But he has a great facility now.
Them facilities are off the chain, bro.
I normally don't do this, but I'm going to smoke a cigarette. I don't usually do that on the show, but I am tonight.
Hey, your luck, dude. I'm surprised you hadn't lit up already.
I do have bad luck. Hey, Eric's been doing this with me now for 2 months. He's known me for 7 years, but we really just – a lot of people don't realize this. Me and Eric never spoke face-to-face until 2 months ago when we started doing this show. We had never spoke face-to-face. It was always over in a group or a group chat. We never spoke. But now we talk all the time. And he even said today, he's like, damn, dude, you got some bad luck. And I was like, yeah, I know. My fucking dad tells me all the time, just like, Charlie, I don't understand it. He goes, I never seen nobody with luck like yours. And I was like, well, motherfucker, I came from your loins, so something fucking happened there. You raised me.
What's next?
Oh, hell, we done got off on
1 hour mark.
Yeah,
OTAs.
LVE trade, OTAs, Dak. Talked a little bit about Dak. PFF starting lineup. Tyron Smith. We didn't talk about Tyron Smith. He was in the best shape of his life, too. You hear about that?
Yeah, I'm sure he is. Him and Leo.
Every year he's in the best shape of his life. But I don't worry about Tyron too much. I mean, he misses a couple. I mean, before last year, he'd miss 2-3 games a year. And I'm okay. If he plays top 5 tackle like he normally does and he misses 2 or 3 games, I'm not overly upset about that.
Yeah.
I'll deal with that. As long as it ain't end of the season when we need him in a winning end game or in the playoffs. But he usually misses beginning of the season or at the end of the or middle of the season. So he's back in the push and all that. So I don't worry about him too much. I'm impressed with La'el Collins though.
He's out there moving.
Yeah, I'm impressed because I told everybody it wasn't his hip that I was too much worried about. It was his head. Where was his head at?
Right.
But it looks like, man, I know he trained with Dak. You hear what he said about Dak?
Oh, yeah.
About how he worked out with Dak and how Dak pushed through it.
Mm-hmm.
He'll do anything to block for that guy. But yeah, I'm impressed with him. He looks good. I saw a video when he was working out with Dak. He pulled his shirt up doing setups. Hell, that big dude had a little six-pack. I'm like, hey, I'm a little impressed. Gives me fucking hope maybe I can get one day. Got to stop eating like I do to get one. But yeah, no, I'm impressed with that. Well, I ain't going to talk too much about the online because Reich comes on next week. And her article was about that. Her blog was about that. So we'll talk about that. That's one thing we'll talk about next week.
Yeah, I feel super repetitive. I say it all the time, but I'm not too concerned. Even if those guys are out, man, I think we're pretty solid with O-line depth. And if you look back last year, Dak was doing his thing without those two guys. So
I agree a little bit.
I'm not hung up too much on that.
Yeah, I agree a little bit with Bluff Marcus about the center depth. I'm probably not as worried about it as much as he is, but I do get his point that, if Badass, that's what I call him because I ain't going to try to pronounce. I don't like trying to pronounce his last name. But if Badass wins the starting job, and I don't see no reason why he wouldn't. If he gets hurt, yeah, I can see a little bit of an issue. But I think McGovern could do it. Because he played well at at guard last year in place of Martin. He didn't do bad. So I don't think he's going to have a strength issue and like that. But center's a little different. You got to call the plays.
If Biotis goes down for any extended amount of time, I'm calling Joe Looney if he's not already on a roster somewhere.
But yeah, I don't think it. I'm not worried about as much as Marcus, but I 100% get his point. It is probably if I had to worry about one position depth, it'd be center. That is the one that is in question. But I don't worry about it too much. But I get his point. That's because I like Marcus. He's my favorite podcaster show guy. He's not even here, and I'm kissing his ass.
Oh, yeah. Marcus says Farniok might be a good backup.
Yeah, he could do it. That's what I'm saying. I think what Marcus' point is we don't know nothing about them guys, and I agree with that. I think we got depth there, but we don't know what the depth is going to look like. McGovern hasn't played there since college. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't played much in the NFL at any position. I trust that he can do it, but I've never seen him, so I can't stand on the hill and say we're fine there. And, Fark is a rookie, so, that's another thing. Can he do it? It's a question. So we do got some depth. We got some players. It's just, can they do it? I think that's what Marcus's point is. I don't think he's saying we ain't got depth. It's like an unknown depth. Like we don't know what the hell is going to happen if Badass goes down. And I 100% agree with him there. But I think we'll be okay. I hope we'll be okay.
Where did those guys go to school? I know Farniok went to where'd he go? Nebraska?
Nebraska, yeah.
So he's probably not smart.
And McGovern went to
Where'd McGovern go? Penn State? A little better. Where did and Biotis is Nebraska too, huh?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Same
he's
thing.
a Wisconsin boy, so I trust him. He's like he came in, took Frederick's place. Another Wisconsin boy.
Yeah,
I trust
that's true.
offensive linemen from Wisconsin.
I'm stereotyping the shit out of universities right now. I need a smart guy there. I don't care if he's a big ass beast.
Well, that's what Fred was.
Exactly.
Fred was an engineer.
Yeah,
I remember his rookie years. Fucking, he couldn't come to OTAs back then because school wasn't out and shit.
Yeah,
and he was working on a project for an app, some kind of badass app. I can't remember what it was. I just remember thinking, damn, that dude's probably pretty smart, and he's fucking engineering shit like that. But yeah, no, he was smart. Everybody talked about how smart he was. I mean, he called all. Like, Romo didn't have to do shit. His rookie year, Romo was still calling out plays because Fred was still, he was a rookie learning shit.
Yeah.
But after that, Fred took care of everything. He took care of all the calls. He made all the calls, and that's what you need at center. I'm paying more attention to the chat than I usually do.
All right, 1 hour mark.
But yeah, that's about it, I guess. I think we covered everything we wanted to cover. I didn't go on no rants really. LVE trade and in the Jaylon trade.
The Autos had trouble with shotgun snaps last year? Really? Is that with was that with Dak or was that with was he healthy for Red Rider?
I don't remember that.
I don't remember it either.
I'm not saying Mendoza's wrong. I don't remember a game where I thought, damn dude, he's having some issues. I do know this. When he was in there, I think the 4 weeks he played, he was a number 1 rated center in the NFL. ESPN on win block rate percentage. He was number 1.
It was with Andy. It's why he wasn't playing.
But I don't. I'll have to go back and watch some of them games. I don't remember him having an issue. But if he did, then he needs to correct that. Or with Andy.
What am I missing in this comment here? What is this?
Well, we won't blame that on him. We'll blame that on Andy. He's played too far back or not fucking back further enough. My man wasn't in there, so he was having issues without my man in there. Dak's always in the perfect position.
What am I missing on this comment by Riker right here? What does this mean? Oh, I took it down. Sorry.
No, but since he said that, I got all the games recorded. I'll go watch them and see if I saw it. Because it's possible.
Oh, okay.
It's very possible. Although I watched all the games, we sucked. So there's very possible when I saw something bad, I didn't think about it because we sucked anyways. And whatever, So I have to go back and watch that and see what Mendoza saw.
Oh, you know what? I think I seen something on that.
About
that dude out of Mexico.
Riker, 3 years now. This is his 3rd year here. I think he came in 2019. Hell, not came in 2018. Yeah, he's one of the NFL has that where they set that up to where they bring in foreign players to come in. They do it somehow cap wise and
sometimes rugby players. I can't remember how
it is, but it's a program that they bring in to help people out.
Wasn't there like a receiver that went to Minnesota or something out of that program? He's like German or some shit.
Yeah, and I think one went to Philadelphia, an offensive lineman, a big old. No, that dude was a rugby player. He just tried out for a football team. I don't think he was in that kind of program.
I remember him getting lit up one time, running all high and shit like rugby. He got fucking destroyed.
Yeah. That's what we can talk about, real quick. What do you think about the NFC East?
I think Washington is our only competition, just because of that defense. I think, but we have the best quarterback, so I have us winning it.
Yeah, you have people like Dan Orlovsky, which is another total dipshit, saying that if their quarterback can play really really well, they're going to win the division. Giants or the I was about to call them Redskins. The what the fucks is what I call them. My thing is like first that's asking a lot to ask them two quarterbacks to play really really well, since Daniel Jones never has, and Fitzpatrick does it for 5, maybe 6 games a year. He'll light it the fuck up, and then he just rest of the year he just another average quarterback in the NFL. Looks like a backup. I'm not saying defense doesn't matter because it does, but I just don't see any of their defense as good as Washington's defense is. I just don't see them fucking slowing us down enough, and I think to where their offense can outscore our offense.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they can keep up.
I mean, let's say that our offense can only score 24 against them. I don't think their offense can go score 24 against us. Even, I'm not saying our defense is going to be good, dude, but our defense will be better than it was last year.
Our defense will be considerably better than last year.
And we talked about this last year, or maybe a show before that. If we didn't add one motherfucker on defense, if we didn't
same
draft
squad,
one defensive
anything,
player,
changing
if we
scheme.
just said we're going with the same 11 we did last year, and we're just going to bring in Dan Quinn, it will improve.
Yeah.
If you thought we was a 1 out of 10, just bringing Dan Quinn in gets us at least a 2, if not a 3. You know, and bringing the guys that we got, I think we can at least move up to a 5, which means I think we can at least be an average defense. At worst, I think we'll be an average defense. And if we have an average defense, and that offense does what we think it's going to do, I just don't see any team in the East even really worry me. Now, I do have us losing the game because it is an NFC East. Weird shit happens in division games, you know. So it's not like we're going to play. It's not like we're going to score 40 burgers every game. Our offense is going to have a game here and there that just
38, 37.
I've seen Patrick Mahomes have bad games. I've seen Kansas City's offense not look like shit, you know. So it does happen. Jacob Robinson.
Hey, what's up, Jacob?
Here, who's that?
It's a buddy I used to work with.
Here for the Zeke hate.
Yeah, he loves it. The running backs don't matter.
Yeah, this show.
We'll get there.
Mostly because it doesn't matter. The only time I usually give Zeke hate is when people on Twitter start talking about him and he becomes a subject, you know, like the trash cans, and it was just constantly, oh man, he's going to bounce back this year. And when they start going over the top with videos, then I'll go off on it. But it's not about Zeke. It's about people falling in love with trash can videos.
Mendoza says the two teams we have to worry about have up in the air quarterbacks. It all depends on that for them. With our O getting out ahead and making them try to do what Dak was doing last year was what we should do. Yeah, exactly.
I think see. And another thing is that made our defense bad last year is when Dak was still in there, that like against Lennon, we turned the ball over a lot. And that didn't help.
Fumbles.
Yeah, putting it right back out there that quick.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't help. But the rest of the year, having Andy and the Goofy and fucking Gilbert, I mean that hurts the defense too, because your offense, if Dak is in there and all offense works, that's going to help the defense. Just that right there will help the defense. You know, and like I said, Quinn coming in, and the players we signed, I trust the players we signed last season.
What the fucks? You done coined it, bro.
Oh no, I'll give her that. If they had a legitimate quarterback, like, I mean, just name them. Just name one of the top 10s that you think is top 10. If they had one of them, oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
most definitely. But I still will say this: weapons wise, they don't have the tight end receiver that we do.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so they would still be behind the 8 ball. But yes, with a good with a top 10 quarterback, yes, I'd give them credit, and they would. I wouldn't worry. I still think we'd win it, but that would be our big challenge.
I got Scary Terry.
But as we what?
Scary Terry.
But as we sit here right now, no, I there's not a team up there in our division that I worry about.
Jacob says the issue with trying to make the other team match your offense is this defense isn't dramatically better than last year. A good college offense can put up points wise.
Yeah, I disagree.
Yeah,
it don't have to be dramatically better. Mm-mm. I agree that it needs to be better, but it hasn't been dramatically better.
I think we were top 12 or something like that in turnovers. I mean, we really turned it up.
There was a 3-game stretch there.
Later in
and
the
a lot
year.
of people don't give us credit because we played bad teams.
Yeah.
And I agree. It was bad teams, but I'm not going to complain. I'd rather turn a bad team over and not turn a bad. Because if they didn't turn a bad team over and they look like shit against a bad team, we would have gave them shit for it. So when they do good against a bad team, I'm going to give them credit for it.
Yeah, like you said earlier, man, with the if you had the exact same personnel with just a different coordinator, not even necessarily Dan Quinn, just anything different than what the fuck Nolan was trying to implement, I think you're not dramatically, but you're better. You're an average defense.
Yeah, like I said, I agree with them that they need to be better, but I don't think they have to be dramatic. Well, I guess it's also each person's definition of dramatically better. Because we was a bad defense. I give us a 1 out of a scale of 10. To me, a 5 is good enough. Some people might think that's dramatically better, but if we can just hit the average point, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, the what the fucks did pick up Curtis Samuel, Carolina. They're still not tight end, wide receiver like us, but they got, they added a little bit. What you reading? Where you at? Gibson ran all over us. He needs check. Yeah, not happening anymore. I'm with you there.
I will say this about the new laptop.
The talent seems to be there, plus some added. Hopefully the new scheme works. Yeah, definitely 100%. Yeah, just the scheme alone, plus you added some really good talent. Even some of these wild cards, I think some of these wild cards might turn out pretty big. I know everybody knocked Nahshon Wright when he was selected. But after going back and just hearing what he's doing, I understand it's OTAs, practice. We're in shorts and t-shirts and shit, but he's making plays. They say he's seeing the field well. He's standing out, and that's all you want to see, right?
Yeah, no, like I said, am I impressed? No. But if a report came out he looked like shit, I'd say something about it. So if at least he's looking good.
Give him his props if he's
intercepting.
Right?
He's intercepting Gilbert, which hey, fucking or the Goofy, one of them. Fucking. I'm not impressed, but at least he's making a play.
Yeah.
I'd rather make a play than not make a play. So like I said, if a bad report came out, I talk shit. So if a good report comes out, I gotta give him credit. But it is OTAs, and I'm not going to put. I'm so fucking ready for the preseason this year, dude. I'm so ready for the whole season. This whole season.
Give me a live game. We say something different every week. I'm so ready for OTAs. I'm so ready for minicamp. I'm so ready for fucking training camp. I'm so ready for preseason. Yeah, I'm ready for football, buddy.
Yeah, I was thinking about that last night. I've mentioned this before. I said last year before the season started, I told y'all that I was more excited for the 2021 season than I was the 2020 season because I just knew going in COVID, man. A lot of people aren't like me when it comes to fans. The fans, to me, not having fans just sucked. It just was like, blah. Like Seattle game. Fuck, I'm not a Seattle fan, but I love watching their games at home because of the fans.
Yeah.
Kansas City, I love watching them just because of Mahomes and their offense. But their fans, that just makes it better. And this year's going to be better. And I said last year when people was talking about the ratings dropping and they try to make it political, and I told them fucking, eat shit. You fucking don't. That's stupid. A lot of the ratings drop, and I'm a perfect example of this. I watched less football last year than I did when I was since I was 17 years old. Maybe 16. Well, besides the 2015 year. I had some issues that year. I couldn't watch a lot of games that year. I watched every Cowboy game last year. But, man, I very seldom did I watch Sunday Night Football or I just wasn't into it. And so that's what I told everybody. I was like, there's probably more people than me like that. It's just kind of a blah year. Excuse me. And I think that was more of a ratings drop. It's just, no fans. I know I didn't watch enough because I figured at some point they was going to cancel the season or delay the season. Or some teams are going to end up playing 14 games. Some teams are going to end up playing 16, some 15. And they pulled that shit off, which I was impressed with. But it was just kind of like, yeah. But and another thing, there was no buildup. And we talked about this before. There was a draft. There wasn't no rookie minicamp. There wasn't no mini camp. OTAs. There wasn't no mini camp. There wasn't no training camp, really. There was a 2-week strength and conditioning that we heard nothing about. They was just strength and conditioning. And a little quick 2-week fucking training camp, bam, then you're in the season. And as much as people bitch about preseason is a build-up. I mean, that's that first live game. It's pads. You're going against another team. It's a build-up. Football's back. This year we only 3 games. Well, we got 4 because of the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah.
But in the past, it was that first game. Okay, football's back. Second game, you get a little bit more from the starters. But okay. Then that third game is the dress rehearsal. Everybody's like, yeah.
You're making
and
cuts.
And then that fourth game ain't
yeah.
important. But football's only a week away.
Final cuts.
Okay, week away, we're here. There was none of that last year. It was just we basically ended the season, and 2 weeks of training camp, and boom, we're playing football again. Think about this year, just the content that all the podcasts and the shows have. You have rookie minicamp. So many people excited. Then you have OTAs still going on. So many people, stories coming out, videos coming out. People's getting hyped. Then you're gonna have minicamp next week, even more hype. Then you're gonna have that dead month and a half where it sucks every year, and then bam, we get training camp, dude. July 21st, I think, is when we start. Hell, that's not that far away. It's only a month and a half away, and we got training camp. Then we're gonna have the preseason game against the Hall of Fame game against the Steelers, and it's a build up. And this season's gonna be fucking hype, dude. And then plus last year it sucked because we came out and we looked like shit. So that didn't help the situation out either.
Yeah.
And then week 5, Dak gets hurt. It's just like, man, this whole season sucked. COVID fucked it up. No preseason, no training camp really. We come out and look like shit against the Rams. Came out and looked like shit against Atlanta but won. Came out and lost against fucking Cleveland. Looked like shit, No, we didn't look like shit against Seattle. We did pretty good against, but lost that game. Come out but looked pretty good against Giants. Dak gets hurt, and it's like, boom, season's over.
Season over.
And this year's going to be different. It better be different.
It better
that
be.
Fucking Philadelphia game better be. That's a home opener that me and Trey's going to.
Yeah. I appreciate your support, Jacob. Yeah.
I got to
catch up later.
That's cool. Hi, that's a good question, Mendoza. I've been thinking about that myself. I don't know. I would not be upset if they said you ain't touching a fucking football in preseason. That they're not even gonna let him on the field. That wouldn't upset me.
I kind of it would me kind of. I think he needs to see the speed again. He needs in that live. Nobody's it just adds a little more rust if he doesn't see that speed.
I'm not suggesting they do it. I'm just saying it wouldn't bother me any.
Yeah.
What I think they'll probably do is play him very, very little, hand the ball off a lot, and have no deep routes, just real quick slants.
Get the ball out.
Routes,
sure.
Little screens, just something. Just
timing
like you
is
said,
some
just
timing.
The speed of the game, give him the flow, just throwing the ball. You're just kind of getting his senses about him again.
Right.
I don't see him taking no shotgun snap, taking 2 steps back, patting the ball, waiting for CeeDee Lamb to open up 30 yards downfield. I don't see that. No, they should. I'm sorry if y'all heard that me hitting my mic. They shouldn't fucking do that. But I am afraid of this. You know how I am about running the ball, especially in early downs. I am afraid that we're going to come out in the regular season and try to protect them a little bit and run the ball more than we should. That's my biggest worry. It's like, hey, let's let him get in the flow. Because I think he won't get a lot of preseason time.
Yeah.
And I think going into regular season, they're going to know that. They're like, well, let's ease them into it. Now with that said, you can do that if the defense is playing well and the running game is working. Very seldom both them things are going to work.
Yeah, Kellen said some pretty interesting things about
Oh
Dak.
yeah, no, I heard that today. You go ahead and repeat it. But I heard it today. Go ahead.
Dak's well, I don't. It's not verbatim, paraphrasing. 'Cause I don't have it pulled up, but something about Dak's playing football like Dak plays football. So it gives me some hope that maybe they don't pull the reins back too much, because I do think he needs the timing. He needs he needs to see that live action at that speed.
Yeah,
it would make me feel better.
Oh no, yeah, no, I agree with you. I would feel better seeing him out on the field. I just wouldn't be mad if we didn't. But yeah, I mean, if we didn't see him on the field during preseason, it wouldn't bother me, but I'd worry like, shit, man, what is he going to look like, in the regular season? How long is it going to take him to, get on pace here?
Yeah.
So I would worry. I just wouldn't be mad. I guess I would understand is what I'm saying. I guess they're like, protect this $125 fucking million we just gave this motherfucker. Protect his ankle. And
but this is
him for the regular season. Make sure he's ready for game one. But I agree with you that 100% agree with you. They should give him some kind of playing time. Let him go out there. Don't make him do much. Just let him throw a couple screen passes, a couple quick slants to CeeDee Lamb.
And that's how you should protect him. You don't want to limit him.
Yeah, just don't get him in a bad state and let him know. And he has to know too.
Yeah,
is get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
Get the ball. This is your play. This is your read. Don't read the second play. Don't read this one, and don't go to the second read, third read. Read that play. This is where you go. Throw the fucking ball. If it ain't there, throw it away. Just he has to realize that too.
You want to put those guys
running this year?
I don't think injury. I don't think so. Here's what I don't want to see is them reel back on what the strengths of his game, and part of that is his threat as a runner. LVE was in his interview earlier said, I say earlier because I watched it earlier. I don't know when he interviewed, but he said, you're gonna get 100% or 110% every play from me. That's just how I play football. I think he said, playing that 80% or trying to hold back is what gets you hurt. You can't be shy. You can't be timid. You can't be hesitant. Football is a fast fucking game at that level, man. And you have to play at that speed or, it's like doing 65 on the highway in Texas. You're going to get fucking run the fuck over.
I've been taught that since I was a kid playing football, and I taught my son that fucking you don't half-ass it, or you're going to get hurt. Because I remember his second year he played football. His first day of practice, it had been a year since he hit anybody, and he was a little nervous because he wasn't playing with the same team he did the year before, and they was doing basically one-on-one drill, just you run, I hit you. Yeah. And he ran up, and when he did, he turned to the side, and that fucking dude leveled him. And it knocked the breath out of him. And I pulled him aside. I was like, hey, dude. So what did I tell you, man? I said, you were scared, and you turned your shoulder. And I said, what I always told you, you hit them first. I was like, if you just sit there and you just turn and let them hit you, hell yeah, that shit's going to fucking hurt. I was like, you got to go 100%, He was crying, I'm sorry. He always worried about me being mad at him. I told him, no, don't be sorry, dude. Just don't fucking do it again. I was like, go pop him next time. Yeah, but no, I agree with him. What I was asking mainly about Dak, no, I don't think he's going to play half-assed. That's just not in his nature. I'm asking actually call run plays, and mainly not read option. I don't really even care about
RPAs and stuff.
I'm talking about goal line, third and ones and fourth and ones, or go to goal on the 1 yard line for a touchdown. You think it's going to affect? You think they'll call less of them and give it to Zeke more?
I hope not.
Good at it though, man.
I hope not. That's bread and butter right there. Go look at fucking Zeke's stats. Go look at everybody in that red zone. Man, that's key to his game. Do not pull back from that. Trust him to make the read to whether he needs to tuck it or he needs to hand it off. Don't limit him in any fashion. Don't call plays around him. Trying to dodge him running. That's a big part of his fucking game. And broken ankle ain't shit. He's not. It's not an injury that's gonna. He might have some pain later on in life with some arthritis or something, or some tissue buildup or something like that. But this is not something that he can go like he says he can go full game right now. That's not an injury you need to pussyfoot around. You can. He's 100% go. Do what he do. Let him do what the fuck he does.
No, see, I'm with you. That's what I've been thinking about that for a couple weeks now. It's like, man, I hope they don't take the ball out of his hands in them situations because he's fucking money. Yeah. I mean, on third and 1 or third and inches or fourth and 1, fourth and inches or goal line where fourth and inches of goal line, third and 1, third and goal. Excuse me, for the 1 yard line. That's money for him. I mean, and I just hope they don't take the ball out of his hand and don't fucking let him do his thing. I mean, hell, fuck, dude, he scored 3 goddamn running touchdowns against fucking Atlanta. You know,
Yeah, I
all
think
from the goal line.
before he went down, all of Zeke's red zone touchdowns, except for I think the very last game of the season, he had one inside the 20 or whatever. But all of them came when Dak was healthy. All of them, except for one at the end of the season.
Yeah, because when you're in there, you got a double threat.
You have
or
a double
Is he going to hand
right.
it off, or is he going to give it to Dak? So they got to play both.
Right.
You know, your tackles got to shoot them gap, like not shoot, but drop down so Dak don't have no room. And if you hand the ball off, Zeke can bounce out of that and take it and get the one and take it to the guard and get that 1 yard. So yeah, no, I agree. I hope they don't do it. I wondered about that. You know, if they take that out of Dak's hands, you know, not completely, but just call less run plays.
I hope they don't. And the fact that Kellen said what he said, it gives me a little bit of hope that they're not going to do that.
No, yeah, I saw that quote earlier. He just said we're playing football like Dak's always played football.
Yeah,
nothing's changed. And another thing gave me, you know, not the running play, but gave me hope is watching him roll out to the right and fucking bomb it down the field to CeeDee Lamb. That, I mean, you know, you do that, you're throwing off that right. You're having to put your right ankle down and jump and get that ball out of your hands. So
yeah.
But yeah,
let's answer Vic's question here real quick.
Yeah, no, I put it up a long time ago.
Yeah, you've been talking about
Sorry,
so Seattle Rams, Washington, Chicago, Green Bay, and Tampa, and New Orleans were all in the playoffs last year. How many of those teams will be back in the playoffs? I'm gonna go down the line and then I'll let you, Charlie. Seattle, I think will be in it. Rams, I think they upgraded at quarterback. They'll be in it. I don't think Washington makes it. I don't think Chicago makes it. If Aaron Rodgers is playing in Green Bay makes it. Tampa Bay probably makes it. I think New Orleans is dead. So yeah, those are my. How many of those teams will be back? 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 out of the 6 you listed, or 7. For me, what do you think, Charlie?
I say either Seattle or the Rams don't make it. I don't know which one, but one of them won't make it because they're both in the same division. And you got Arizona in there, and you got San Francisco in there. And San Francisco would be better this year. I'm not saying they'll make the playoffs. I'm just saying I don't see
2 coming out of the West. Oh, okay, you don't see 2 coming out of the West.
I'm not so sure it'd be them 2.
You think Arizona's a better team than one of those?
Yeah, I think Arizona's made enough improvements. I'm not high. I'm not very high on either one of them teams. I think they're both good. I think one of them will make it. And I'm sitting here daydreaming, trying to figure out. I don't know, because I know Arizona has Seattle's number. They always play Seattle tough, and they beat them actually more than they should.
Yeah, for me, it's
and the Rams, they got a new quarterback, which is better than golf.
Yeah.
They've lost some players, a few, not a lot. They lost their defensive coordinator. I can't tell you which one I think will make it. I'll have to think about that. But I just don't see both of them. I don't see Rams in Seattle. And to be honest with you, I'm not so sure Seattle makes it. They're not a very impressive team to me anymore. I don't know.
That's fair.
But I'll go with just a name, just so I can name one. Yeah, I think Seattle will make it.
So you think the Niners take that division, or you think it's Arizona or Rams or what?
Niners are going to be good. Their defense should be back, because they just had a lot of injuries on there last year. I don't know who's going to be their quarterback.
Who'd they end up getting?
Stays healthy.
What did they get? Trey Lance?
Yeah.
Jimmy
G stays healthy, or Trey Lance steps up and plays well enough. That offense, you don't have to be a great quarterback. Now they sucked last year, but that's because they didn't have a great quarterback. I heard somebody said one time, if that offense is so great and it's great for all quarterbacks, why they suck? Well, it's great for most quarterbacks. Some quarterbacks suck no matter what fucking offense you put them in.
Yeah.
That offense is very quarterback friendly, is what I'm saying. So I think they'll be
made
better.
Goff look like a superstar.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I guess I'll say put it back up there.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, Mendoza. I got to see this because I can't. There we go. Yeah, Eric, we keep
go ahead
at the same time.
Well, I'm the fucking producer, so.
Well, hey, I got a better laptop now. That's what I was going to say earlier. I thought the good thing about
shit.
this laptop, dude, I can push shit and I'm not lagging. Usually when I click on that, I can, it take forever to go over there.
That's funny.
But yeah, I'll say Seattle, Green Bay, and Tampa Bay. I say 3. And I only say Green Bay just because their division. They should run through their division. They should sweep Detroit. They should sweep Chicago. Minnesota will be their only tough game, and even if they split it, they're still going 5-1 in the division.
That's if Aaron Rodgers plays.
Yeah.
If
he's not there,
it's over.
Then you can take him out.
Yeah.
And in Tampa Bay, with Tom Brady, I always have to. I'm never going to bet against them. Say that they're going to make it, but hey, you can have a Super Bowl hangover. He's not in New England anymore. And I know Tom Brady was pretty much the way he was playing the Patriot way. He was the one that created that, to let Bill Belichick create that. But they did keep everybody in check. There wasn't no partying going on. Everybody was rah-rah. These motherfuckers
are you saying it's a new Brady? You saying there's a new one? Like this is a different Brady?
No,
it's
not
the same
Brady.
Team. Yeah.
The team, because they ain't got Bill Belichick as a coach. And I'm talking about the whole players are like fucking might get over,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady allowed Bill Belichick to keep them players in check.
It's a whole lot easier to party in Florida than it is
keep him in check. But Bruce Arians he ain't keeping Brady in check. He don't care. He's like, hey, be free, go do what the fuck you want.
I love it.
And the other players see that, so other players are going out there and. It's like Philadelphia. They love that trophy way too much that year.
Yeah.
And they came out the next year and looked like pure shit. And I think that I'm not saying that's going to happen because I'm a Brady fan and I think he'll keep them in check and I think they'll still make the playoffs. But there's always a chance of a Super Bowl hangover with them. I never worried about New England having a Super Bowl hangover because they had years and years of the Patriot way.
Yeah.
I don't know if Brady can form that in one season after one Super Bowl win. But I do hope we beat them the first game of the year.
Maybe. Yeah, we both have them taking an L, though.
Yeah. I actually had them beating us and not even thinking about it, but Marcus Bluff, they's doing their schedule release and predictions. He didn't convince me to pick them. He didn't make a good enough argument for me to go on that side. But he made me fucking think, you know what? We might fucking beat these fuckers the first game of the year, man. We might just pull this shit off.
Any given Thursday.
It shouldn't be a shock if we do, really. I mean, we have a fucking high-power offense. So it shouldn't be. I mean, we can point with them. I mean, we're one of the teams that can go toe-to-toe with Tom Brady in that offense.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think so, too.
So it wouldn't surprise me if we did. Same Brady, but not surrounded by sacred players and coaches willing to cheat.
Mendoza's agreeing with the Dak. Don't hold them back. Ayak is a beast for them, yeah. And then Rika said, same Brady, but not surrounded by scared players and coaches willing to cheat.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an Astros fan, so I'm a little more lenient these days.
Yeah, like I said.
Everybody's trying something, man. You're trying to push the envelope everywhere you can. You're trying to gain an edge everywhere you can.
Yeah, I became a Patriot fan in 2001. And not necessarily a Patriot fan. It was when they played the Super Bowl against Rams. I hated the Rams. I hated the show on turf. Greatest show on turf. I hated that fucking team. So I was like, fucking, I'm pulling for the Patriots.
that was in were they St. Louis then, huh?
Yeah. So once they beat the Rams, I'm like, hell yeah. Now I became a Brady fan, and I've kind of pulled for him ever since then. Then once Brady left, I didn't necessarily become a Tampa fan, but I like Brady. I have no problem with this deflating balls. You want to shrink some balls, Brady. I have no issues with you.
I remember when that
went down. You want to videotape somebody from the sidelines trying to steal the signals? I ain't got no fucking problem with that either.
Yeah, just use a drone now, man. Get a better camera and a drone. You're good.
I think a lot of it was they did a lot of things. They just did stupid shit and got caught. Other teams do the same shit. It just obviously they was a little smarter. Maybe they got a little big head, think they couldn't get caught.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't say shit. I mean, I don't have a fucking problem with it. Most of the time, people. I mean, fuck, dude, they've won so many Super Bowls. I mean, it's hard not to hate them. I just never hated them. I always liked them. But I love dynasties like that. Well, if it's not the 49ers or Steelers or one of our divisional rivals, I don't love that kind of dynasty. But if there's some team like the Patriots that doesn't really affect us, I love watching dynasties like that, doing shit that no other team's ever done before.
Yeah.
And they did it in an era that wasn't supposed to happen.
Right.
Nobody was supposed to do this in a cap era. And not only did they do it in the cap era, they did it better than anybody has ever done it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I got to give them props on that. Even if they did cheat, hey, whatever.
Brackett says, y'all remember that time I was stupid and married a Patriots fan? Oh, no.
Man, that was a Patriots fan?
Man, that was stupid. I bet you never fucking ever stop hearing about how, you know what, to be fantastic.
I used to say this all the time, and I still say it. I don't think I can marry an opposite fan, like Nancy. I married her. She was a Texan fan, but she wasn't a hardcore. She was just a Texan fan.
That's the same with my girl. She's
she was
just
your
casual.
She was your typical casual fan. She's kind of from Houston, so hey, I'm going to be a Houston Texan fan. But
yeah.
She didn't care if they won or they lost. Now, if we lost, she talked shit to me. But for the most part, she didn't really give a shit. But like if I dated somebody, that was off like somebody like knew her shit like she does, and they was an opposite fan, I don't think I could date them. I mean, at least for 6 months out of the year, we wouldn't fucking talk. I mean, she would actually literally have to move out, or I have to move out, and then season's over, then we can fucking get back together and move back in together. But for 6 months. There ain't no fucking way, dude. I can't even go to places that are going to root against the Cowboys. Like, a girl I dated years ago back in the late 90s, her family hated the fucking Cowboys. And she wanted me to go Thanksgiving Day with them. And I was like,
ruin my Thanksgiving? What?
Yeah. So I went, and dude, they would not shut the fuck up, and they was all cops. Her dad was assistant chief of police of Pasadena. And I was like, and they was just constantly, meh. And I'm like, you motherfuckers, dude, I want to beat the shit out of every one of y'all. But, I mean, hell, I can't do it. That's her family. Second of all, they all arrest me. It was awful. And I told her, we left there, I was like, I will never fucking ever come back to one of your family fucking functions on Thanksgiving. I just can't do it. I'm just not going to listen to that shit. And if I had to live with somebody, a wife, and her nagging my fucking ear all the time, I'd fucking divorce her and move out or kick her the fuck out and go tell her, go get a motel room for 6 months and shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it.
Separate bedrooms and shit.
I couldn't love somebody that much. I can't love somebody that much that's going to fucking be in my ear for 3 hours a day talking shit to me. I can't do it. I couldn't fucking do it. I'm a weak man.
I realized after the fact, Mendoza's in Pittsburgh, I believe, is where he stays. So that makes sense. Way back when not in Pittsburgh, in Pennsylvania.
Jesus Christ.
Because a man looked me dead in the face and called Tom. Wow, what? That guy?
Fucking Tom Landry. That's
like the last guy.
You can call him a lot of things, but not a piece of shit. I mean, that dude was like whether you believe in God or not, he was a Christian man. I mean, he believed it. And he stood by it. He was
about as straight-laced as you can get, man.
Yeah, I mean, that piece of shit. That'd be wild.
That's my guy, man. That's where my Twitter handle came from.
Oh, yeah, man, and funny. I forget about that, dude. How you stuck him with him before you got out?
Damn.
That's a Mexican coming out in Mendoza. That's a Mexican coming out there.
Yo,
stuck that motherfucker. That's fucking funny. Oh shit.
Direct quote from me on that day. Okay, you know what? You can turn this motherfucker around and take me home right now. Yo.
Yeah, that's like I said, dude. I married Nancy, and she I started dating her, and she just wasn't a big hardcore fan. I mean, I remember the first game I watched with her was a Saints game in 2015. This before my wreck. It was a game right before my wreck, and we lost. and she didn't say nothing to me. I mean, she didn't talk no shit and shit like that. You know, but a hardcore fan that ain't a Cowboy fan, they'd been in my fucking ear the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, but like, oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But that was the last game I saw before.
See, I actually enjoy the banter between me and mine, so it's not a big deal.
Plus, what kind of banter it is.
And plus,
I mean, if we're like
the Cowboys fans don't give a shit about Texans. Only the ones that live here in Houston or surrounding areas. So it's a big deal for us, right? Because we got to go to work. We got to go fucking in town or whatever the fuck and listen to the fucking Texans fans whenever they play well or we play like shit. But that just is what it is. It stops it there, right? We don't. Who cares about the fucking Texans?
No, I tell people that. I tell Texas fans that all the time, and they are like, "Oh, you know you care." I was like, "No, really, I don't." I said, "I get into it with y'all because y'all won't shut the fuck up, you know." So I have to. I have no choice. Y'all just keep running your dick beaters.
Yeah.
And so I got to respond. I was like, "But if you go to Dallas," I was like, "and ask anybody in Dallas, they don't give two shits about y'all down here in Houston." I said, "And you think?" I said, if you think you go to Wyoming or Idaho or fucking Washington fucking state, Cowboy fans, you think they give a shit about the Texas rival? They're not even fucking from Texas.
It's not a thing.
No Texas rival.
I think it was Bluff that said in Tennessee. He's like, I never heard of that.
What's that? What did Bluff say?
They live in Tennessee, so he was like, I never heard of the Texans being a rival at all or anything like that.
Yeah, I know a lot of forums.
I would have never put him in the top 5 or top 10. I think he's what he said.
Yeah, when I go to a lot of forums, or I don't go much anymore. When I used to, and I say something about I hate the Texans, they're always like, there was always like, why?
Why?
Now, like, fucking move to Houston, spend 1 month in Houston during football season, and you won't never fucking ask me that question again.
Especially
you would never have to speak on that again.
A plant job or something like that.
Yeah, that's real bad. Go to a plant, do construction, and fucking go in there and fucking live with that shit all fucking day.
Every day.
Yeah. And then or go to happy hour after you clock out and shit, and that's when it really gets fun and ugly and some blood flies around every once in a while.
That's an occupational hazard.
Or I go to jail.
The Texans exist so that people in Houston can tailgate without having to sit 35 well, 45. Yeah. It's 45 in Houston.
Yeah, I you know, when Mendoza brings up a good point there.
I think 35 is down.
When I used to hear people always tell me it's not the Cowboys I hate their fans. I always was like, what are you talking about? Until the Texans came to Houston.
Yeah.
And I realized, I don't hate the Texans. I hate their fucking fans. And then I finally realized that's what y'all talking about.
Yeah.
You know, that when y'all used to tell me you don't hate the Cowboys, you hate us. Now I get it.
Uh-oh. Baby kitten. Meow. She said, it's time to go, man. I got to eat. When did you just get, you said you just got that one?
God, can you hear my kitten?
Yeah, I can hear.
Damn, he's way over there in Limerick. He's over in the corner. She's over in the corner. Yeah, my aunt lives way out in the country, like way out in the country. And she's probably about 6, maybe 8 weeks old. She just walked up on their porch.
See, I enjoy it. She talks shit whenever it's appropriate. It's cool. That's what I tell to Cowboys haters, because most of my friends, living in Houston or surrounding, they're Texans fans. So, but they always got fucking Dallas Cowboys in their mouth, so they're fans too.
Yeah, but that's the whole reason I started the Star. I mean, there was 2 reasons I started the Star back in 2013. One is every other group on Facebook was just they was either fanboys and you couldn't be critical, or you could be critical, but you had to be critical of the right thing, or they'd fucking kick you out of the group. All right. And the second reason I started, because I couldn't post anything on my timeline because all my friends was Texan fans. So when I post something for, like Vic, because me and Vic was Facebook friends back then, Vic or my buddy TJ or Kenny, and I was trying to get them in a conversation. All my Texas fans come in, Cowboys suck, fuck
yeah, blow your timeline up.
Fucking goddamn, y'all blowing up my goddamn post here. And then it gets off on a subject I'm not even talking about. So I thought, you know what, I'll start a little group, You know, I think I added 20 people the first day of Cowboy fans. Then it ended up growing into what it grew into.
Yeah, and it wasn't the star.
Then it ended up growing into what it went to after that.
It wasn't the star to begin with. It was Texans suck, go Cowboys.
It was Go Cowboys, Texans suck.
Yeah.
That was the name of the group. That's what it started off at. And then after a little while, I was like, yeah, that gets old. Let's go ahead and rename it. Rename it the Star. But yeah, that was the name of the group. Go Cowboys, Texans suck. That was the exact name of the group. Never met a Texan fan.
Oh, go ahead, producer.
Where are you from, Mendoza? Up? You say up here?
He's in Pennsylvania, I believe.
Oh, you in fucking Eagle country.
Steelers too. He said he used to like a lot of chicks that were Steelers fans, or date a lot of chicks.
I didn't know you was that far up.
I'm pretty sure I heard him say that before. I could be wrong. He's an admin.
Against the Eagles so much.
He's an admin.
Can you imagine living in Philadelphia or Pennsylvania and dealing with Eagle fans all the time? Holy shit!
You got some thick skin, brother.
Yeah, real quick story. The only reason,
Ohio.
I took Trey when he was probably a year. I had season tickets to the Cowboys in 2003, and I took him to an Eagles game. Me, him, and my dad. And a fight broke out 2 rows ahead of us. This Eagle fan was down there. He wasn't supposed to be down there. He was like on the stairs, talking shit, yelling, cussing. And there was an old man, probably 60-something years old, and he had his wife with him. And the Eagle fan was just talking. And the old man told him, "Hey, you need to get the fuck out of here. You need to stop talking shit. Watch your mouth in front of my wife." The Eagle fan looked at him and was like, "Fuck you old motherfucker." That old man stood up. He said, "What the fuck did you just say to me, son?" He's like, "Fuck." He couldn't get fuck out. That old man slapped the shit out of him, dude. Almost knocked him out. He hit him, and that dude was all fucking wobbling around, and I just laughed. Then all kinds of fights broke out, and I told my dad, I said, "I'll never take my son to the Eagles game again." And I always told my son growing up, hey, I can't have you at the Eagles game because you can't protect yourself. You can't run if some bad shit breaks out. And that's why. But this year we're going to Eagles game because he's like, I told him, hey, we can go to Eagles game this year. I was like, hell, you can whoop my ass. So fucking hell, you might help daddy. I might be fucking getting my ass whooped. You can whoop their ass for me. So that's why I'm taking the Eagles game because I never had let him go before that. He don't remember that one because he was only 1.5 years old. I just realized. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I just realized the Astros are winning 13-1 right now. I need to get back to this game.
You been watching the goddamn Astros game the whole time?
Nah, I just now turned it back on.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you.
13-1. That's a football score.
He lives in Ohio, which is right next door to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's butthole country. I've traveled through there. I haven't spent a lot of time in the upper, or what is that? What do they call that? The Midwest or upper Midwest? No. Yeah. Something like that. I don't know.
What? Ohio?
Yeah, that succession of states right there. Illinois.
Yeah, I guess you consider that Midwest.
Yeah. Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania. It's like I remember I went to boot camp in Chicago.
Well, it's a little bit further east, so I don't know if they consider that Midwest because it's right next door to.
Yeah, it's East Coast, right? They've got some Port of Erie, I think. Oh no, that's Pennsylvania. I'm talking about Ohio.
Oh yeah, no, Phil. Yeah, the Eagles game that that was horrible, dude. I mean I've been to 2 Washington games, I think, and I've been to 2 Giants games. Cool ass fans, man. I mean they talk shit, but it's friendly. It's after we won all them games, they shake your hand, hug you, man. Hey, you want a beer? Bullshit with you. Fucking Eagle fans, dude. It's like they have that mentality. We're Eagle fans, so we gotta be dicks. And they just go overboard with it. And it was bad, the whole game. I mean, we left the game fight after fight. Eagles fans just jabbing in your ear, and you're like, good God, y'all.
They're obnoxious.
Yeah. So, but we're going on this year. So we'll see how it goes. I might have to get my son to whoop some ass for me.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're going to that first, what is it, Thursday?
It's our home opener.
Oh, home opener. I was thinking
it's our third game, but it's our home opener.
That's exciting.
But yeah, I'll let my son slap the shit out of somebody. So, hey man, go slap that motherfucker for daddy. I was like, if you don't, I'll go slap him. He start whooping my ass. You're gonna have to.
You got to jump in, brother.
Yeah, I'll videotape it and live stream it. Fucking up on our channel, my son whooping somebody's ass. Well, anyways, we'll get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
This show was kind of a little off. We didn't have a whole lot to talk about. just OTAs and LVE, so not a lot of news. We're going to do one with Move the Chains, Miss Rika next week. We'll have more talk about, more specific shit to talk about.
Yeah, salute to all the regulars, man. We appreciate y'all support coming on here and
everybody, Mendoza,
giving us something to talk
Rika,
about. Yeah.
Even Jordan, thanks for dropping in and
Thank
saying
you.
your little thing that you said. Wasn't very important, but hey,
Thanks,
thank
babe.
you for saying it. I hope she knows I'm kidding. You got to tell her who I am and how I am.
Yeah, she'll know. Yeah,
Okay.
she'll know. She lives with me, so she.
But Bluff ain't here anymore. But in case he watches the whole episode, thank you for dropping in.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Marcus. Jacob too. First time
Victor,
I think I've seen you
my
live.
little Mexican buddy, thank you. I'll send you a picture of Wranglers, my Wranglers, as soon as you send me the pic. I want of you. Who else came out? I was trying to. Your buddy, I can't remember his name. Your buddy dropped in. Thank him too.
Yeah, Jacob.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I also want to shout out real quick.
We'll move the chains. We'll have more specific. We're going to probably talk about her OT. Or OT. I was thinking offense tackle. Her O-line blog. She might put out another one. I don't know if she's going to get another one out. If she does, we'll talk about that one too.
Yeah.
Like I said, this went kind of off rails, which ain't never a bad thing. We didn't have much to talk about, so we kind of opened it up to y'all and shit like that. And we had fun. I always have fun.
Yeah, real quick shout out to my brother who is stationed in Jordan right now. It's his birthday tomorrow, so in case he does get a chance to catch the show, happy birthday, bro. Love you. So that's it. That's all I got.
He's in Jordan. What branch is he in?
He was, I think it's Army. So he was reserve, but he was activated, years and years ago. He's been active for a long time, and now he's overseas. He's in Jordan right now.
Cool. And next time we do the show, I'll have my fucking headphones working, so I'll be able to hear Eric better, but probably would suck actually, but I'll be able to hear him better, and I'll have my shit more towards me and shit like that. And I won't be fucking off in the distance, which that might make it worse too. Me being far away from the camera might help everybody. But anyways, follow us on Twitter at Dallas Cowboys U1. You can see where to follow us underneath our pretty heads. Our YouTube channel is Dallas Cowboys Uncensored. Go subscribe. Please subscribe. We're trying to get our subscribers up. The kind of past 2 weeks we haven't got any, which it's not a surprise because we haven't put out a show. Get them up. Share this. I should have told y'all that right when we started. But every time y'all watch, share it in any groups you can, pages you have, share it wherever you can when we start live streams every time. Or even after we're done, you can share it too. Tell them check it out. You can follow us on Facebook on our page, Dallas Cowboys Uncensored. I think you can actually put at DC Uncensored and it'll pop us up. But yeah, that's about it. I think that would be all. But check us out next week. We'll promote it here in a few days. We'll try to get it set up, or it might be a little later next week with fucking it. What we might do is might go ahead and set it up here in the next couple of days. And if Eric can make it, he'll make it. If something happens with his trying to get a new job, then me and Rocco would have to try to pull it off by ourselves. But I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do without Mr. Producer, though.
It's going to fall to shit.
I'll be totally lost. I won't have my fucking transcript he sends to me and tell me what to say, anything. It's going to be fucking horrible.
I can't wait to
we'll
watch.
set it up probably next Thursday or Friday, maybe.
Yeah, we'll give it like
Wednesday.
We'll
I don't want to do it on Wednesday because everybody does their show. I don't really want to do it on Thursday because Bluff does his on Thursdays. So maybe we'll just set it up again for next Friday if that's okay with Rika. Well, you have your son next Friday, huh?
I've got him the whole month, first month of summer, so it's whatever. He's actually here now, so it's all good.
All right, well, we'll get it'll be next week. We'll set it up and we'll talk about it and we'll pull it off somehow, some way.
Works
Anyways,
for me.
thanks for joining. Friday works for me. Rock said Friday. Okay, that's cool. We'll get with you in the next couple of days and we'll work it out. But we're definitely going to do it. Definite. Now I'm impressed with my new fucking computer. I'll tell you that. No lag at all. I was able to push buttons and everything without it fucking up.
Yeah, no audio or video lag at all.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, brothers and sisters, go subscribe, share. Tell people to check us out. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. Our content will get better as the season. Mine and Eric's wheelhouse is season. The actual football, X's and O's. That shit is I've said before, we came in on the draft season. We was behind on the draft. We had to try to catch up. Neither one of us are comfortable.
These last few shows that
we don't know
Charlie
about.
Is pulling teeth trying to get me on here. So
yeah, it gets shown out there when you don't know shit. So we try to limit it. OT this time of the year is exciting, but the content is you just gotta not make it up, but just kind of create it. But I'm telling you, when the season starts, that's when our content will skyrocket. Again, we're analytic friendly, so there's going to be a lot of fucking EPA, a lot of CPOE, a lot of fucking air yard shit, a lot of fucking personnel groupings, a lot of fucking early down pass versus run. It's going to be a lot of analytic shit, but that's our wheelhouse, and that's where we will shine in my eyes. So hang with us until then, and we'll promise you the content will get better. The language won't get no better, though. I'm still going to say fuck a lot.
Not until we start having enough subs to make money.
Yeah. So y'all be cool. Rika, we'll see you on Twitter, and we'll see you next week. Mendoza, later, buddy.
Peace.